Good evening and welcome to Phil Pugh Stadium on the campus of North Mason High School for tonight's high school football matchup on MasonWebTV.com. I'm Diedrich Allen. We have two Olympic League teams ready to do battle, the Bremerton Knights and the North Mason Bulldogs. Both teams are 2-1 on the season and coming off league wins last week. The Knights knocking off perennial power Squim, while the Bulldogs needed overtime to get by Port Angeles. Bremerton is a team filled with senior leadership and athletic players. The Knights are rejuvenated this season after being reclassified to 2A and want to make a run for the playoffs. Going 2-0 in Olympic League play would put them ahead of the pack. North Mason is also looking for that playoff run and is looking to do it on the ground. Last week it was the Bulldogs offensive line and the fullback Brody Stromberg who put it away the Rough Riders. The boys from Belfair look to continue that momentum tonight against Bremerton, and you'll see it all here on MasonWebTV.com. Coming up, we'll hear from both coaches, Knights coach Nate Gillum and Bulldogs coach Jeff Beavers. It's high school football, Bremerton and North Mason, in moments on MasonWebTV.com.
I'll call it a sports complex building that was attached to the softball field. Fully involved when we got here.
You can sign that or not. Doesn't make any difference. That's what I think of it. Steve, don't feel.
You solemnly swear?
Solemnly swear.
We are therefore unwilling to comply with the board's October 31st, 2011 request to submit 8.5% budget cuts.
The reality is, when I took office 12 years ago almost, I took an oath of office to uphold the laws of the state of Washington and the United States.
It's our belief when the heat on the porch got significant enough, it just broke that glass, blew the door out. And when the glass broke out, it essentially sucked the fire into the house.
Rebound pulled down by Paget for Shelton. He'll get it to Fisher. 20 seconds to go. And Fisher lost it. Sandquist comes up with a miss. The layup. The rebound is tapped up to the top of the key, and Bielik hit a three-pointer!
Two receivers on the near side. In the shotgun goes Green. Comes the blitz. Green will just pull it down and run with it straight up the middle. Get out to the outside. He's going to go again all the way for the score. One guy to beat. Can Deercott get him in the goal line? Not quite. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Pitch on the way to Brown. There's a swing and a drive deep to center field. It's going. It's gone. It's a home run. It's a grand slam home run for Marissa Brown and the Bulldogs.
The 2011 Grand Marshal of the 4th Festival Parade, John Tarrant, the Mayor of Shelton.
To those who have and will continue to serve and protect us, especially to those here present, a profound thank you.
And welcome back to Phil Pugh Stadium on the campus of North Mason High School in Belfair. My name is Diedrich Allen. I did have an opportunity to speak with both coaches earlier, actually, this week. And let's start out with the visitors tonight. On the phone with me right now is Nate Gillum. He is the head man for the Bremerton Knights football team. They're coming into North Mason tonight. And, Coach, tell us a little bit about your football team.
Well, we are very senior dominated. We have a good group of seniors that have been with me now for at least 3 years, and in some cases 4 years. They've so far, have had a real good off season. They've always they've grown and played well all through youth football and right into high school. So that's one of the positives that I have is I have this real good, solid, cohesive group of seniors. Other than that, in addition, you always have to have your underclassmen as well. So we've got some real solid up-and-coming kids that are helping support. But the biggest thing is that we finally started taking steps towards bonding and gelling as a team, both in football and off the field. So on the football field and off the football field.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, we've been working. We've had a summer program since I took over 8 years ago, and every year we've built it up a little bit. And in the past 2 years, especially this past summer, one of my assistant coaches, Ron Atkins, who's a strength and conditioning expert or certified or however you want to say that, took it over and really ran with it. The kids have really bought in to the strength and conditioning side of things, understanding what it takes before the season starts to be successful during the season. And in doing so, not only do they get better, athletically and conditionally, but they also, like I said, they bonded real well as a team because we had a very good turnout this summer for our summer workout program.
Coach, your team comes into the night 2-1.
Correct.
So talk about those first 3 games of the season.
Well, we started off pretty solid with Foster. Foster is a real strong team out of the CMOT League. We came out prepared, and we ended up beating them pretty well, 42-15, I think, or something to that effect. Surpassed any expectations that I had because I knew that Foster was going to be pretty good, but we just played a real tough game, real tight game. And then we came back home, and we just kind of let that lax a little bit, and Wilson, who's a much improved Wilson, jumped out to a kind of an early lead on us. And we just kind of came out a little flat, and they just were able to hang on to that lead. We ended up losing 21-14. And then last week against Squim, in my mind, is one of the better teams in the league and very, very well coached, very, very good players, good program. And we were worried about, how we were going to handle that. And, I thought we had a good defensive plan because that's where their strength is. Their strength is offensive with that little short pass game they have. But our defensive plan came out, and the kids executed really well, and we ended up playing pretty solid and ended up beating those guys 21-6. So it's been kind of an up and down season so far, but overall I think we've played pretty solid.
So how does it feel to knock off Squim early in the season?
It's hard to say. I mean, I still think Squim's one of the best teams in the league, even though we beat them. It is nice to get that out of the way early, so that way there's no questions down towards the end of the season if there's any sort of playoff scenarios that develop. It's nice to have that sort of in our that card up our sleeve, so to speak. But it was big. It was good. It was a good boost for our kids. It was it was mentally. I think it helps us kind of pick up our pace a little bit, but. This is a good league. There's a lot of parity in this league. One team is not drastically better than the other, and that we've kind of proven that over the past few years. So really, honestly, every week is as important as the next. So
tonight you're taking on North Mason at Phil Pugh Stadium. What do you know about the Bulldogs?
Well, we know that they're also 2-1, so they're off to a good start as well. I know that they had a really good game last week against Port Angeles. They were down a little bit and came back and ended up winning that thing in overtime. So it's obviously they have some real talent and tenacity there. So that's something that we have to watch out for. I know they have some real good solid players. Got a couple good solid running backs. They run that flex bone, which is a hard offense to defend. With the triple option aspect of it. And so, we just have our work cut out for us this week in practice defensively.
So can you let us in on what you plan to do tonight, or are you just going to stay with your regular old game plan?
Yeah, we're just, at the risk of sounding sort of self-centered, we just try to perfect what we're going to do. We don't want to change it up too much because, it's just high school. We try to just make sure we're taking care of the responsibilities as they relate to the opponent. And that's basically what we'll do with these guys. The triple option is a tougher offense to defend, but we'll just, coach up our kids to make sure they're playing their responsibility and not try to do somebody else's job and just make sure we just kind of keep it as simple as possible.
So as the fans sit in the stands and watch it here on MasonWebTV.com, what can we expect out of your nights?
We're pretty balanced. We try to run the ball. We try to establish a run game just like any good football coach should do on offense. We try to establish a run game, which hopefully opens up a little bit of our pass game. Mikey Lawrence is right now one of our leading rushers at quarterback. That's not necessarily by design, but, Mikey's just a good athlete, and, if he feels any pressure senses any trouble, he has the ability to escape with his feet, and that I think helps us. Helps us from an offensive standpoint, and it keeps defensive coordinators on their toes because it's really hard to make you have to account for the quarterback. So that's kind of one thing I have going for us. But I think this is a good, solid team. We've got some good athletes, and like I say, we're going to try to run the ball, and if we can run the ball well, we'll keep doing it. And if that opens up the pass game, we might throw it every now and then. But our goal is to run the ball.
I know it's early in the season, Coach, but I'd like to ask about injuries, if you have any injury situations on your team.
So far, so good. Yeah, knock on wood. We had a couple minor injuries, but kids are starting to come back. Nothing season-ending, nothing like that.
That's Coach Nate Gillum. He heads up the Bremerton Knights, who are taking on the Bulldogs. Coming up next here on MasonWebTV.com.
Attention singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@MasonWebTV.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't you? That's music@MasonWebTV.com.
Tonight's football matchup on MasonWebTV.com is North Mason hosting Bremerton. On the phone is Jeff Beavers. He's the head man of the Bulldogs. Let's talk about your game with Port Angeles, and, well, you needed overtime.
Well, we come out a little flat in the first half, and we had some opportunities early, but we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with some turnovers, misexecution, those types of things, and went back in, really kind of settled the kids down at halftime, talked about getting back to playing good, consistent football, and they come out and executed and got consistent 3, 4, 5 yards of carry, and then all of a sudden we started breaking some and was able to tie up the score. We had a chance to win there in regular time, but we get a PAT blocked. We were down there in that end zone where half of it's the baseball field, and kicking off the third. Kid wasn't really used to it, and kind of slipped, kicked the ball low, and hit one of our linemen in the back of the head. And so then we just, we had a couple more chances, and it was kind of it was kind of a comedy of errors there to kind of finish out the game. We turned it over, they turned it over. We get it back, drive down, turn it over, and then kind of the same thing. Then regulation ends, going to overtime, and kids really settled down, and they ran the ball 2 times. We tackled them for a loss on both plays, and then they threw 2 passes, and then we got the ball, and we handed off to number 42, Brody Stromberg, 8 times in a row, and stuck him in the end zone.
Now, let me ask you a couple of questions on this. First, in overtime, do you prefer to get the ball first, or you let your opponent get the ball first?
I kind of like them having the ball first. Then you kind of know what you got to do, and you got to play defense anyways. And I feel like there's more things can go wrong on offense, and the defense can pressure an offense. And in the particular case in the PA game, we had momentum both offensively and defensively, so I felt like with the energy that we had, that going on defense was going to be beneficial to us, and we were able to get the opportunity to do that, and our kids executed really well. So
on the defensive, I'm sorry, what was you saying?
Well, I was just going to say, I think it just kind of depends on the situation, and had it been we were PA, we might have wanted the ball first, maybe try to put pressure on the other team, but it worked out the way that it was. So
now, when you said that the PA ran the ball twice and you got them for a loss, is that just from your good defensive pressure?
Yeah, absolutely. We got good penetration up the middle and tackled really well off the edge. and we just really executed much better defensively in the second half. We kind of play what we call a gap-controlled defense, and we weren't doing a pretty good job of that in the first half, and a lot of it was due to the linebacker play, and we got better linebacker play in the second half, and made all the difference in the world.
So when you get on offense and you say you hand it to 42, Brody Stromberg, and they just couldn't stop him.
Absolutely. I tell you what, I felt like our kids, we started wearing down PA just, because that's what we do. We run the football and we try to be consistent. I think when you're consistent, it starts frustrating teams, and they get tired. And I felt like that's where we were at. And offensive line was, you could tell that they had a lot of energy, and they were very confident in what we were doing, and no better compliment to an offensive line than running in between the two guards 8 plays in a row, and it just kind of shows how well they took over the game, and I thought it was just a good way to compliment our offensive line with the great plays that they had in the second half, and pretty much, being consistent all season long for us.
So this week you return home and you've got Bremerton coming in. What do you expect out of the Knights?
Gosh, I tell you what, athleticism, their skill guys are very athletic. That's the big thing that kind of stands out when you watch them play. They can break a play at any moment with their skill guys, and they've got some good size to them, and I feel like they're well coached, and they always play as tough. And we've been playing them, I don't know, now for about 5 years, and it's always a tough ball game. So I don't expect anything any different. I expect it's going to be a good, hard-fought game. They got a ton of seniors that, kind of like our kids that are seniors, haven't had the best of high school performance since they've been playing varsity football, and they've worked hard to get put in a position where they feel like they got a winning product put on the field, and they're excited about it, and that's always a dangerous football team as well.
So do you stay with your game plan on against Bremerton, or are you going to throw in some twists here and there?
We don't change much of what we do. We just play what we call North Mason football, and that's go execute the triple option and try to throw for big plays if we do throw the ball, and just play good, consistent football, and we try to hope that the other team will make mistakes or get frustrated and give us opportunity to make something big happen. So now we don't really change much of anything when we go into a ball game. We just we might have a tweak or two on a play, but on just how we block it, it's still the same play, and still the same kind of triple option football. So.
Okay, my last question for you, Coach, is always about injuries. Everybody still healthy?
No, we're kind of got a few guys banged up a little bit, and lost one maybe for the season, and a real good senior football player for us. Chase Schoenhoven, that's gonna be big shoes to fill, and both offensively and defensively, he's one of our guards, and he's our strong side linebacker. He's going to be missed. Kind of broke his wrist, and then we got another kid broke a finger, and just in practice got tied up in a practice jersey and popped the tendon. We get him this week, but he goes in for surgery next week, and we'll miss him for a couple of weeks. So we're kind of banged up offensive line a little bit, but we've got some kids that have been putting in some playing time, and I expect that they'll step up to the expectation level that we have, and we ought to be fine.
That's North Mason football coach Jeff Beavers. His Bulldogs entertain the Knights from Bremerton next here on MasonWebTV.com.
Hi folks, I'm Dietrich Allen with MasonWebTV.com. Hope you're enjoying this webcast along with all the other information you can find on MasonWebTV.com. Would you like your school or team covered by our cameras? Do you have an event that you think warrants live video coverage? Would you like to help support our efforts or just be a part of a webcast? Send me an email, Dietrich@MasonWebTV.com, and I'll see what I can do. Business owners, sponsorship packages are available. Get in on the ground floor of video news and sports webcasting with MasonWebTV.com.
And welcome back to Phil Pugh Stadium. As you look out there and see that they're about ready to do the coin toss here as we get ready to start this game here in Belfair tonight. 2-1. Both teams are 2-1, coming off a big wins to open the Olympic League play last week. As mentioned, the Knights got by perennial power squim, and the Bulldogs needed overtime to get by Port Angeles last week by a touchdown. So let's give you some starting lineups for both teams. We'll start out with the visiting Knights on offense. It's Michael Lawrence. He is a 5', 180-pound senior. He is their QB. Caleb Petrosky, 5'10", 185-pound senior. Ty Haley, a 5'8", 170-pound sophomore. Andrew Shadle, 5'10", 185-pound senior. Matt Knoll, he is a 5'5", 160-pound senior. William Abad, a 5'10", 210-pound senior. Skylar Mullins, he's a 6'1", 190-pound junior. Daniel Whitlock, a 170-pound, 5'8", 170-pound senior. Isaac Cortina, he's a 5'10", 250-pound senior. Tarek Houston Sims, he's a 6', 245-pound junior. And Taylor Saylor, a 6'1", 200-pound sophomore. That's the starting offense for the Knights. For the defense on the Bulldogs, it's Tommy Rainey. He's a 5'7", 192-pound senior. Levi Rowland, 6'2", 175-pound senior. C.J. Allen, a 6'1", 145-pound senior. Brandon Dunham, 6'1", 165-pound senior. Josh Becker, he's a junior, 5'10", 165 pounds. Tommy Marsh, Brody Stromberg, and we're about ready to get this kicked off here as we'll back it up, and the Knights will take the ball to start this game. And Bulldogs will tee it up here at Phil Pugh Stadium. We're about ready to get this thing underway. Hopefully we have no technical problems this evening, and we'll keep things underway. So Matt Knoll will be back deep for the Knights. Getting set to kick it off is Grant Hunter for the Bulldogs. And there's the kick. It's a short and high end over end that's taken by one of the up men right at the 35-yard line. He's going to get nowhere. Brought down by Brendan Shearman. And that's where the Knights will start out this ball game on their 36-yard line. See what the Knights bring out for their first offensive series here. Near a hash mark. And here we go. They break the huddle. Lawrence will work out of the shotgun. Man in motion. That's Lucas. Got a handoff, and it goes straight up the middle there with Andrew Shadle on the handoff. Got 8 yards on that. Brings up 2nd and 2. Just underway here in North Mason. No score. 11:35 to go here in the first. Lawrence looks like he's going to operate out of the shotgun all night long. Shadle's beside him this time to his right. There's a snap, and Michael Lawrence will take it, get the first down, but there's a flag on the play in the backfield.
There is a flag on the play.
There's a hold on Bremerton, so that'll be coming on back. Had some drizzle and some rain here tonight. It was early on before we started our webcast, and just as we got to the live portion here with the play-by-play, it started to drizzle again, but then again, it has stopped, so let's hope it'll hold off as mark off the penalty. 10 yards from the spot to bring up second down, and it looks like about 14 or 15. Mark the ball back to the Bremerton 31-yard line. That looks like it's second down and 15 from the 31 for the Knights. Knights in the white, Bulldogs in the blue. Knights have the ball. We're just underway here at Philpue Stadium. This looks like a pistol formation. Here goes Lawrence. He'll pitch it up to Shadle. Shadle gets by one guy, gets by two guys in the backfield, trying to get up the sidelines. Bulldogs had that snuffed out and just couldn't get to Shadle on the run. He did get 5 yards on that to bring up third down and 10. Ball will be spotted right there at the original line of scrimmage at the 36. Third and long for the Knights. Not exactly what they wanted to start out with, but that's what they have here. Shadle going the shotgun this time. Actually, no, it's Lawrence in the shotgun. Shadle's beside him to the right. He's going to pull it down. He's going to look to pass. He throws over the middle. Oh, almost knocked away, but Tommy Rennie interfered with the sight line and incomplete, and it's 4th and 10. Good defense by Rennie to get in the front of that ball. Didn't deflect it, but he bothered the receiver enough to he couldn't catch it. So it's a punting situation for the Knights. Rennie, and it looks like C.J. Allen. No, actually, that's not. That's Brendan Dunham back deep to receive the punt from the Knights.
Tommy Rennie and Brandon Dunham deep for the Bulldogs.
That man is Lawrence, the kicker. Can't quite see his number. For the Knights on 4th and 10 from their own 31. Man goes in motion. There's a snap. The boot, it's high, spiraling down, and Dunham will let it just go out of bounds. Looks like that'll be about the 32-yard line. Nope, they're going to put it right on the 30. That's where the Bulldogs will start their first offensive series. So if it wasn't for a penalty, the Knights would possibly still be marching. The Bulldogs get their first shot at this. There again, this is 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Just under 11 minutes here in the first quarter. Levi Rowland is the QB for the Bulldogs. He goes under center. He's going to keep it himself. Trying to get around the edge on the left side. He's still on his feet, driving those feet. Gets a couple of yards. And the Knights say they got it. What do the officials say? The officials say that it was down. Rowland was down, so it'll be Bulldog ball with the second down, and it looks like he got 4 on the play. Then we got 3 on the play, so it's 2nd and 7 for North Mason. Clock is running, 10:35 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Bulldogs break that huddle. Ball will send 2 receivers to the near side. That's Dunham. And I didn't see the other guy. And who's got it? Oh, it's up the far sideline. Can't see who that is. I think that is Tommy Marsh. Tommy Marsh up the sideline. He's going to score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Tommy Marsh. With a 67-yard TD run. The Bulldogs are on the board first. So Bulldogs will go for the point after as they put themselves up on the board. 10:06 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0. And it looks like Cameron Rogers is on to kick the point after. There's a snap spot and the kick. It's low, but does it go in? No, it doesn't. Went wide to the left. So the Bulldogs have a lead, 6-0 with 10:06 to go in the first quarter. And North Mason strikes first. We'll be back with the kickoff next on 10:30 on MasonWebTV.com. Whoa, big flashback there.
Thank you for checking out MasonWebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily.
And we're back at Philpue Stadium, 6-0, North Mason on top early on. And the Bulldogs will get ready to kick it off to the Knights.
Robinson and Knoll deep for the Knights. Burwell kicking for the
Matt Knoll will be back about his 10-yard line to receive this. There's a run up and a kick. This one's a high end over end kick, taking it to 25 to the 30. Trying to get up the middle to the 35 and near the 38-yard line. And it looks like it was Caleb Petrosky on the return for the Knights.
Schoenberg on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
It's 1st and 10 from the Bremerton 37-yard line. Knights take over with their second possession of the ball game. Lawrence will come out in that pistol setup. Takes the ball and hands it straight off, and getting the handoff, that's Andrew Shadle. Got 2 yards on the carry to the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Knights. We're going to see a lot of running tonight, very little passing. Clock continues to run. 9:35 and counting on the first quarter. 6-0 North Mason. Bremerton has the ball now. Lawrence will go into the shotgun. Shadle is to his left. Man in motion. He'll get the ball. Little tap pass up there, and that is Matt Knoll getting around the edge. He's up the sidelines, spun out of bounds and thrown to the ground. And a late flag on that one. Tommy Marsh with a hit on knocking him out, and I think he's going to get 15 yards on tacked on. A little bit of mist now falling now that I've taken down all my protection for my equipment. Isn't that always the way? So we'll see what the flag is all about. I'm sure it's a late hit on the Bulldogs. Coach Beavers is arguing his case. But it does go 15 against the North Mason. And that brings the ball up to the 30, it's like the 33-yard line, or actually the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bremerton in Bulldog territory. And here we go. Lawrence awaiting for the snap. He'll get back to pass. He's looking to the left, throws it there, and almost intercepted, but just off the hands of number 28. That is Josh Becker.
Intended for Ty Haley.
And it will be a reset there. And it's 2nd down and 10 from the 31 for the Knights. I'll call that the pistol situation for Lawrence, and the Knights take the snap. Just throw a little screen out to Shadle. Shadle gets by one guy, gets around to the outside, knocked out of bounds by Tommy Rennie near the line of scrimmage there. I'm going to give him 1. Make it 3rd and 9 for the Knights. Clock is stopped at 9:09 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 North Mason on top. Bremerton with the ball. They're on their own 30, or on the Bulldogs' 30-yard line. With a 3rd and 9. Lawrence will go in the shotgun again. Shadle is a step behind him to his left. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. And a false start on the Knights. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 14. So 3rd and 14. Ball's back at the 35-yard line. Knights have to get all the way up to the 20 to get a 1st down. Still 9:09 to go in the 1st quarter. Lawrence in the pistol. Back he goes. He's going to throw deep in the middle. Got a man there, but overthrew. That was Matt Knoll, just off his fingertips, incomplete, and brings up 4th and 15, or 14 actually, from the 35-yard line of the Bulldogs for the Knights. It looks like the Knights are going to punt. At least they're coming out in the punt situation. And Brandon Dunham back deep, along with Tommy Rennie. They're going to stand about their 5-yard line. Waiting for the snap. Knoll goes in motion. Here's the kick. Oh, nice penetration. That one's going to go into the end zone, it looks like. No, actually, it hits at the 5-yard line and goes out of bounds. What a punt. I thought that was angled pretty high. It goes out of bounds inside the 5, and the Bulldogs starting deep in their own territory on their own 4-yard line. It's far into the field. A little hard to see from our standpoint here in the stands. We'll do our best to describe it for you. 8:57 to go in the 1st. North Mason's 2nd possession of the ball game, and they lead 6-0. Bulldogs in the shadow of their own goal post. Levi Rowland under center. Man in motion, that's Marsh. Handoff goes to the guy coming to the left. It's Tommy Rennie trying to find some space there, and he stops for a loss on that play. Maybe a loss of 1. Bring up 2nd and 11 from the 3-yard line. Clock is running with 8:40 to go in the 1st quarter. 6-0 North Mason. The Bulldogs have the ball.
Devin Gibson on the stop for Bremerton.
Brendan Shearman bringing in the play for the Bulldogs. Roland will bring him out of the huddle. They're on their own 3-yard line going backwards. Roland goes under center, since 2 receiver on the far side. In motion, that's Marsh. He'll take the pitch, trying to get around. Almost stopped in the end zone. Gets out of that one, and are they going to call safety? They are going to call safety. Marsh did get caught in the end zone. So the Knights get 2 points at the 8:11 mark of the 1st quarter, and it is 6-2 on a safety for Bremerton. So free kick coming for North Mason, back to the Bulldogs, and that was just barely a safety from the standpoint for we can see, but we're not right on the play because we're way up here in the stands. So the Knights will get the ball back on the free kick after the safety, and it's 6-2. Bulldogs taking a lot of time here. They do have the choice to kick it from the ground or kick it in a punt, but it's a free kick either way. Matt Knoll will go back, stand about his 30-yard line to receive this kick from the Bulldogs.
After the safety, the Bulldogs have to kick the Bremerton from the 20-yard line.
North Mason will be kicking from
Nolan Robinson deep.
The 20-yard line. He's going to tee it up. Tyler Grewell doing the kicking here from the 20. Here's the run-up and the kick. It is an end-over-end spinning kick that hits at the 45, taken at the 45, and running right into traffic is Caleb Petrowski on the return. Gets into Bulldog territory, and that's where the Knights will take over for their 3rd possession of the ball game. So the clock is stopped for the moment at 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. 6-2 is the score. North Mason on top, Bremerton with the ball, with a 1st and 10 from the North Mason 46-yard line. Lawrence goes in the shotgun. Shadle is to his left, step behind. Man in motion is Lucas Anderson. The ball goes to Shadle. Shadle races a tackle, trying to get to the middle. He's dragging a guy, breaks another tackle, stopped him, and he's stopped again. And he's still fighting. He gets in all the way up to the 20-yard line before he's pulled down. And boy, I'm impressed by that young man. He broke about 3 tackles, stopped and broke a tackle, and then Pyle came up and he still pushed it forward. He gained positive yards. He's actually going to spot the ball on the 21-yard line. That's 1st and 10 for Bremerton. 7:45 to go in the first quarter, that is. 6 for North Mason, 2 for Bremerton. The Knights are driving. They have the ball. Lawrence goes in the shotgun again. He's got 2 receivers on both sides and Shadle beside him. Little play action. Lawrence will pull it down and he'll keep it and get inside the 15-yard line. They're going to put it about the 13-yard line. 2nd down coming.
Brennan Denham and Brody Stromberg on stop for Bulldogs.
Clock continues to run with 7:10 to go here in the first. Call it 2nd down and 2 from the 13-yard line for Bremerton. Shadle takes the snap, hands it off. Actually, it was Lawrence hands it off to Shadle. Shadle is cut down, but I think he got pretty close to that 1st down marker. Maybe got a yard, depends on the spot. Looks like he got a yard. It's a 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down and a little less than the yard.
3rd and 1 coming for the Knights. 6:35 to go here in the first quarter. Knights trying to add on to their safety that they got the last possession of the Bulldogs. Lawrence hands it off to Shadle. Shadle going to the right side. He's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Andrew Shadle up the middle for Bremerton Knight touchdown.
So Bremerton goes on top.
12-yard touchdown, right?
And it looks like the Knights are going to kick the extra point.
Caleb Bertowski in the kick.
6:21 to go here in the first quarter. Petrowski's in to kick it. Waiting for the snap. There's the snap, there's the spot, there's the kick. That looks pretty good to me. And it is.
Petrowski's PAT is good.
So the Knights go up 9-6 with 6:21 to go in the first quarter here on MasonWebTV.com.
Hey business owners, it's not too late to get your business featured on MasonWebTV.com. You can advertise in a webcast, just on the website, or both. If you choose a webcast, it's $30 per game, and that gets you free 30-second commercials. If you're looking for a more consistent way to advertise, then a banner ad on MasonWebTV.com is just what you need. For $75 a month, you will get a static place on the front page and a rotating banner on every other page. We also have special deals. If you want both, contact MasonWebTV.com for details.
We're waiting for the kickoff from the Bremerton Knights of the North Mason Bulldogs. 9-6 is our score. Bremerton is on top. 6:21 to go here in the first quarter.
And your assistant coach is Steve Anderson, Bishop.
Petrowski will tee it up at the 40 for the Knights, going back deep for North Mason, Tommy Rennie, and C.J. Allen. Allen's on the near side, Rennie's on the far side. They're standing about their 12, 13-yard line. Got Brody Stromberg, one of the up men, along with, let's see here. Hold on a second, we'll try to track that down. Here's the run up on the kick. It's a high end over end that Rennie's going to take at the 25, easily up to the 30. Now he splits it up to the 45, straight up the seam there. Just kind of stutter stepped his way. And he gets it up near the 40-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will start out with this possession. Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot it at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason. Trailing by 3 points with 6:14 to go here in the first quarter. Aaron North checks in for the Bulldogs. C.J. Allen coming wide to the near side. It's like North is going to the far side. Levi Rowland under center. Man in motion was, let's see here. That was Rennie in motion. The handoff goes to Stromberg. He got a couple of yards straight up the middle to the 40. 2nd down. And it looks like 8 for the Bulldogs. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Clock is running. Dunham will go to the far side. Sherman to the near side. Handoff goes to Rennie. Straight up the middle. Not much there, if anything at all. Or was it Stromberg on the carry? Make it 3rd down and long. Call it 3rd and it looks like 7 for North Mason. Clock continues to run, approaching 5:15 in the first. 9-6. Bremerton on top. North Mason with the ball. Rolling under center again. Man in motion. That's Rennie. Pitch goes to Rennie. He's coming to the near side. Cuts it up the seam. Gets up near the 1st down marker. Maybe a yard short. Brings up 4th and short for North Mason on the 47-yard line. I'm pretty sure that Coach Beavers is going to go for this one. I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong before. And I know I'm known to be wrong again. The 4th and 1 coming to the 47. The Bulldogs are coming out like they're going to go for it. Roland will go under center. Brody Strongberg behind him. Man in motion is Rennie. Handoff. Nope. Levi Roland tried to keep it. Ran into a couple of guys. And a loss on the play. And over on downs it goes to the Knights. So it's 1st and 10 for Bremerton. They lead by 3 with 4:22 to go here in the first quarter. 9-6. Ball will be spotted on the North Mason 44-yard line. Knights will break the huddle. Lawrence will go into that single guy. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Shadle. Shadle breaking a tackle. It goes right into a couple of more. Hanging on is Brody Stromberg, pulling him down after a short gain of a couple. And 2nd down and 8 coming. They spot the ball on the 43-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the first. Come the Knights out of their huddle. There's what I'm going to call a pistol situation. Lawrence is the offset guy. He'll take it and he'll try to go on the sweep himself. Being pursued. Gets by one guy. Gets around the corner. Up the sideline. Steps out of bounds. It's like up near the 25-yard line. Thought I saw some laundry out there, but obviously not. So it's a 1st and 10 for Bremerton. They're going to spot it right at the 30-yard line. Clock is stopped with 3:37 to go here in the first quarter. Bremerton driving. They lead by 3. Knights break the huddle. Shadle and Anderson beside Lawrence. Anderson winning motion. The handoff goes to Shadle. Shadle, big hole. Breaks a tackle in the secondary. He's inside the 15 to the 10. Tommy Arini trying to pull him down. Breaks that one into the end zone. Goes Shadle. And that was a 30-yard run for the Bremerton Knights. But there's a flag way back at the line of scrimmage, and it's a hold. And that's why that hole came in. There was a hold, so that'll bring it back. It'll bring it up 1st and 20 when we reset this. The ball should be back. Let's see here. I'm thinking back near the 40-yard line, if my eyes are right. They'll march it all the way back. And they'll place it on the 39-yard line. First down, and it looks like close to 20. 19, we'll call it. And it's first down from the 39-yard line. And what do we have? We have a timeout, I believe, by North Mason. 3:28 to go here in the first quarter. 9 for Bremerton, 6 for North Mason. We'll step aside. We'll be right back with more high school football. MasonWebTV.com.
Packers,
Vikings, Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country.
United.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
And we're back. First and 19 for the Bremerton Knights on the North Mason 39-yard line. Single wing offense for the Knights. And Lawrence will get around the edge. Slowed down by one Bulldog and then pulled down on that misdirection going the opposite way of the flow there. Got a couple, maybe 3 or 4 yards on that one. Let's see, they got up near the 35-yard line. Give him 36-yard line. Give him 3 on the carry. It's second down. And we're going to call it 16. Lawrence brings him out. Sends 2 receivers to the near side. 1 man in the slot on the far side. 3 receivers on the near side. Pardon me. Handoff goes to a new guy in there, number 14. That's Calvin Cardwell. He'll get 5 or so. Straight up the middle. Brings up 3rd and long. It's like 3rd and 12. Ball's at the 32-yard line of North Mason. Clock continues to run with 2:25 to go in the first quarter. 9 for Bremerton, 6 for North Mason. First quarter action. Knights trying to extend their 3-point lead, knocking on the door again after the safety and touchdown. So Lawrence goes in that single wing with 3 receivers on the near side. Back to pass he goes. He looks over the middle now. He's going to pull it down and run. He's got a big hole there. Can he get there? Brody Stromberg pushed him out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play, and I think there's going to be a block on the back by the Bremerton team. We'll see what the flag is. Very close to the first down marker, but we got to see what the flag is. It is on Bremerton, and it was a block in the back. So that'll bring that one back from the spot of the foul. It's going to mark it back to the 30-yard line, and that should be 3rd down and 10 for Bremerton. 3rd and 10 from the 30-yard line. Clock is stopped at just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 9-6 is the score. Bremerton leads. They have the ball. They've been trying to get further down the field, but they've got the bug here, the penalty bug. Double receivers on both sides for Lawrence. Hand it off. Nope, it's a play action to Shadle. He's going to go down the middle. Got a guy there. Intercepted by Tommy Rainey. Stepped right in front of that ball. He read it all the way, and it's a North Mason ball on their own 10-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, stopping any threat there. Actually going to spot it about the 8-yard line. Still, the Bulldogs starting deep in their own territory. See, it looks like Devontae Davenport's into the lineup now for North Mason. On offense, Levi Rowland still the man calling the plays and the signals in his triple option offense that they run. Receivers on each side. Roland will hand it off. First guy through it. It was Brody Stromberg. Trying to get by the tackles. Gets up to the 10. 2-yard gain on that. 2nd and 8 coming. Clock is still running with the 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. Rennie and Allen come checking in for the Bulldogs. Dunham and Davenport are sitting down. So Roland will bring the offense out, send 2 receivers to the far side. Still in that same formation. Man in motion was Marsh. Hand off to Rennie. Rennie cuts it up the middle. Gets a tackle and powers his way near the 15-yard line. Brings up, looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Clock continues to run. 50 seconds now. Bulldogs have a 3rd. And it looks like 4, maybe 5. A little bit of blitz, little handoff, a little flip there to Rennie. The Knights had didn't fake them on that one. A lot of pressure and a lot of blitzing on that one, and that brings up a 4th down, and it looks like it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Bulldogs, and it's a punting situation for North Mason. So Tommy Marsh is going to do the kicking. We've got Knoll and Robinson. Theo Robinson back. High snap. And Marsh is going to have to step out of bounds, and another safety on the Bulldogs as the quarter runs out. It's a high snap, and Marsh had nowhere to go. And another 2 points for Bremerton, bringing him up to 11-6 at the end of the first. As time ran out. So we'll take a break. We'll step aside and we'll get the free kick coming back to start the 3rd quarter. And we get back here on MasonWebTV.com.
Seconds count. In just 30 seconds, a small fire inside your home can double in size, or an oxygen-starving seizure can kill 1 million brain cells. Seconds count. So when you call 911, take a deep breath and answer every question, starting with the very first one.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
911 needs your exact location. 911 needs to know where to go.
7,000 students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. Keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
And we're waiting for the Bulldogs to kick it back to the Knights. They have added another safety, 2 safeties in the game in the first quarter, and they lead 11-6. As the Bulldogs will kick off from their own 20-yard line. They're going to tee it up at the 20. Grewell will have it teed up. You can kick them high, just not very deep. So we're going to start the second quarter with a free kick from North Mason. There's the kick. It is high end over end, taken at mid-court, fumbled, and then picked up and getting around the outside was Calvin Cardwell. Got down to the 36-yard line of North Mason. That's where the Knights will start out. 1st and 10. The Knights are having great field position in this first half. 1st and 10 from the North Mason 36-yard line. And the Knights are in no real hurry here. Lawrence will bring him out now. Knoll comes to the near side. Two receivers on the far side. Shadow's the guy beside him. Little play action. There goes the long pass down the middle. The guy's wide open. And touchdown. On the captain, Trevor Nelson got the touchdown pass. And that was 36 yards. And Bremerton is really showing their athleticism and their speed. And the point after coming up here with 11:47 to go here in the second quarter. Can he tack on another one? It's 17-6 now. Can he get another one? And that would be Calvin Petrowski. Kicks it. High end over end. And it is no good. So the score remains 17-6. Bremerton on top with 11:47 to go here in the second quarter. We'll be back in just a moment here on MasonWebTV.com.
Attention singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@masonwebtv.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't you? That's music@masonwebtv.com.
And the Bulldogs are out there to wait for the kickoff from the Knights to strike quickly, and they lead 17-6 with 11:47 to go here in the first half. Back deep, standing about the inside the 10 is Tommy Rennie. He's on the near side. C.J. Allen about the middle of the field, standing on the 11. Petrowski will tee it up at the 40 for Bremerton. And here's a run up in the kick. It's a low one that bounces up the sidelines. Allen will pick it up about the 17, cut up in the middle, into the middle now. He's going to break it loose again. Going to be another one for him. C.J. Allen is going to go all the way for the touchdown. The Bulldogs are back in this. So C.J. Allen just ran, what it was, 86 yards. Kickoff return for a touchdown. And the Bulldogs are right back in this with 11:33 to go in the second. Bulldogs going to go for two. Levi Rowland running the show here. See what the Bulldogs dial up this trip. So 11:33 to go here in the second quarter. It is now 17-12. The Bulldogs looking to add two more. Dunham will come to the near side. Allen to the far side. Rowland under center. And Rowland will just walk into the end zone by himself and add two more. So making it 14-17. And we've got ourselves a ball game. Folks, we'll be back with the kickoff here at MasonWebTV.com.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
And the Bulldogs are out there to kick it off after the 86-yard kickoff return for a touchdown from C.J. Allen, and the 2-point conversion by Levi Rowland to pull the Bulldogs within 3, 17-14. Bremerton will get the ball back here. Maybe the Bulldogs can kick a deep one to try and get this, get the momentum shifted more their way here as we're waiting for the kickoff. And Grewell will tee it up at the 40. Matt Knowles deep for Bremerton. Here's the run up and the kick. It's going to go over to the far side. It's taken by one of the up men at the 32. He gets the 35. 40 slide, dives forward to the 45. And I believe that was Cardwell on the return there for Bremerton. So they're going to spot it at the 46-yard line for Bremerton. Now on their own 46, start out first and 10 with 11:25 to go in the half. And they lead now by 3, 17-14. There's that pistol formation, and the pitch goes to Shadle. Shadle trying to get around the edge. Cuts it back up the seam, and he gets inside the 50-yard line for a first down run. So it'll be on the Bulldog side of the field on North Mason, the 48-yard line, second down. And it looks like it's going to be 4. So Lawrence will go back into his single wing setup. And off goes to Shadle. Shadle going left around, banging bodies at the inside the 35. Spotted up or actually the 45. It should be spotted up near the 42-yard line. First and 10 for Bremerton. Clock is stopped as they move the chains. And I'll wind it up here. And goes like a wing T formation this time. Handoff in the middle this time. And fighting his way forward. I didn't see who got the call there. That was Lucas Anderson on the carry. Straight up the middle there. Gets a 5 there. It's second down and 5 coming. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line of North Mason. Approaching 10 minutes to go here in the half. 17 for Bremerton, 14 for North Mason. Knights have the ball. It's a pistol T formation here for the Knights. Lawrence will keep it on the option, and he's caught in the backfield. Aaron North in the backfield for a loss on that one. Forward progress back for Lawrence at the 42-yard line. It's at 3rd and 10 now for Bremerton. Nice penetration for Aaron North, 6 foot, 185-pound senior. Clock is running under 9.5 minutes to go in the half. Speaking of halftime, we're going to hear from Shelton coach Matt Hinkle at halftime. His High Climbers are down in Yelm tonight, trailing early in the ball game. Shotgun for Lawrence. Just kind of stands there. Now he's going to pull it down. Still looking, directing traffic, and he throws over the middle. Complete! And tackled immediately by C.J. Allen. The complete, it goes to Trevor Nelson. And that's near the first down marker, maybe a couple yards short. Brings up 4th, and it looks like it's going to be 2 at the North Mason 34-yard line. Clock is still running, 8:45 to go here in the half. Bremerton with a 4th and 2. Pistol formation, handoff, goes to Shadle. Shadle gets a big hole off the side. He's going to go all the way up the sidelines, and I think he's going to score. Oh, he lost the ball, and it rolled out of bounds near the 5-yard line. Wow. And the ball will stay in the Bremerton Knights' hands, and they're going to spot the ball inside the 5. First and goal for Bremerton. There's a little bit of moisture in the air tonight. Stopped misting. It's pretty dry at the moment, but the grass, I'm sure, is still wet, and the ball gets a little slippery. So they're going to spot the ball at the 4-yard line. First and goal for Bremerton. Lawrence will hand it off. This time goes to number 92, trying to power his way in. Stopped short. Number 92 is Darius Taylor Jones on the carry. And big boy. Jones is 6 foot, 230 pound senior. Getting the call. And it is second down and a goal from the 1-yard line. Can the Bulldogs hold? Lawrence will pull it down and power his way in for the TD. So Bremerton extends their lead again as Michael Lawrence goes 1 yard for the TD. 7:49 to go here in the second quarter. And it's now 23-14. Caleb Petrowski is back in to kick the point after. For Bremerton, try to extend this to a 10-point lead. Waiting for the snap. There it is. There's the spot. There's the kick. End over end, and it is good. So Bremerton now leads 24-14. And 7:49 to go here in the half. Bremerton on top. They'll be kicking it back to North Mason. We'll be back in 1 moment.
Hi folks, I'm Dietrich Allen with MasonWebTV.com. Hope you're enjoying this webcast along with all the other information you can find on MasonWebTV.com. Would you like your school or team covered by our cameras? Do you have an event that you think warrants live video coverage? Would you like to help support our efforts or just be a part of a webcast? Send me an email, Dietrich@MasonWebTV.com, and I'll see what I can do. Business owners, sponsorship packages are available. Get in on the ground floor of video news and sports webcasting with MasonWebTV.com.
And we're waiting for the kickoff. The Knights are up 24-14. Back deep is Tommy Rini and C.J. Allen. Allen kind of stalking around the 15-yard line on the far side. Rini about the 10-yard line on the near side. Petrowski has it teed up at the 40. And let's see what happens here. C.J. Allen took it 86 yards the last time he had a kickoff for the touchdown. I'm sure they're going to keep the ball away from him. He's the speed demon. There's a run up and the kick. And I was wrong. I was going to kick it right to... Actually, no, they went to Rainey. Tommy takes it at the 18-yard line. He's up to the 30 now, trying to get outside. He's cut down there, crossing the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason right there.
Nice open field tackle by Haley.
Going to spot the ball at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason. 7:43 to go in the half. 24-14, Bremerton on top. The Bulldogs had the ball. Dunham will come to the near side. Looks like C.J. Allen to the far side. Levi Rowland under center, splits on the way, handoff. Nope, Rowland will keep it, break a tackle, and dive to the 30. Loss of 1 on that play. Good penetration by the Knights. They showed blitz, and they kind of bothered Levi Rowland. So it's 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line. Clock is running with 7:20 to go in the half. C.J. Allen goes to the far side, the near side. I can't see the number. Again, the Knights show blitz. Rolling under center. The blitz, they brought the Knights back off, and somebody moved on the offensive line. So that is the second penalty of the evening on the Bulldogs. That was a 5-yard penalty. Make it 2nd and 16. Ball back at the 25-yard line. 6:56 to go in the half. 24-14 still our score. Bremerton on top and North Mason with the ball. Going backwards, unfortunately. Dunham on the near side. Allen on the far side. Rennie goes in motion. Pitch goes to him. No, it's who has the ball there? Oh, it's back for passing, and then it's a jump ball, and Allen gets it off the tip. And he is, I'm sorry, that was way off of camera, but that was a double coverage pass to C.J. Allen. Tipped in the air in good eyes and good hands by C.J. Allen to pull that one down. And that's inside Bremerton territory to the 42, it looks like. They're going to spot it. First down for North Mason. Oh, there's a flag in the backfield. I'm sorry, not a first down. And it is a penalty on the Bulldogs. Legal man downfield. So a good gain and negated by a penalty. Looks like it's going to become second down and 21. Ball's going to go back to the 20-yard line. Actually, we're going to put it on the 15. What? Okay. It's second and a mile, it looks like, from the 15-yard line. It's like second and 26 yards to go for the Bulldogs on their own 15-yard line. Rowland will go under center. Stromberg is a single setback, and we have a whistle. There's got to be a discussion on the penalty here, because I cannot imagine it's a 10-yard penalty for an illegal man downfield. That's what they've got to be discussing out there. So we have a delay in the action. I'll remind you, coming up at halftime, we will be talking with Matt Hinkle, coach of the Shelton High Climbers. They are in, yeah, there you go. Move that ball up. They're in Yelm tonight. Now that's more like it. Second down and 21 from the 20-yard line for North Mason. So here we go with the second and 21 from the 20. They'll wind the clock with 6:20 to go here in the half. Levi rolling under center. Back to pass he goes. Looks over to the right. Throws. Nice catch, but it goes off of his hands. Incomplete. Dunham couldn't hold on. Good defense by Knoll. Matt Knoll broke that one up at the last second. And it's third and 20 at the third and 21 from the 20-yard line. Bulldogs have to get across the 41-yard line for the first down. Clock stopped at 6:11 to go here in the half. 24 for Bremerton, 14 for North Mason. North Mason has the ball. Levi Rowland will go under center. Rennie in, fumble on the play. And something falling on it. I think the Bulldogs fell on it. A little bit of a misconnection there as Levi Rowland tried to do some play action, lost a handle on the ball, and now brings up fourth. And it looks like 24 from the 16-yard line. 17-yard line. Make it to fourth and 24 from the 17-yard line. The Bulldogs are back to punt. Knoll stand about the 45 to receive the punt, and it's a short, a bad snap. It came out short and falling on it, one of the Bulldogs. And the Knights will take over on the North Mason 10-yard line. First and goal, it looks like, from outside the 10-yard line, just outside the 10-yard line. Actually, they're going to say first and goal from the 10. 5:28 to go here in the second quarter. 14 for North Mason, 24 for Bremerton. The Knights had the ball back in great field position yet again. They've been pretty much living on this side of the field, on the Bulldog side of the 50. Lawrence will bring him out of the huddle and go in the shotgun. He's got Shadle beside him. Van will hand it off to Shadle, trying to follow a blocker. Sutter steps his way to the 5. And it's a second and goal from, looks like, the 5-yard line for Bremerton. 5:15 to go here in counting in the half. 24 for Bremerton, 14 for North Mason.
Second goal for the Knights.
Lawrence will bring him out again, go in the shotgun. Shadle to his right. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 receivers in the near side. Man in motion. He'll get a little pitch, cutting it up the seam and getting near the goal line, in and down to the 1, actually. Knights say it's a touchdown. Referee on the near side says it's just short. Lucas Anderson took that little flip from Lawrence, and it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Clock continues to run with 4:30 to go in the half. Lawrence will go with 2 guys right behind him. Hand it off and diving in for the touchdown. I think that was Anderson.
Lucas Anderson.
Yeah, it was Lucas Anderson on the touchdown. And the Knights extend their lead with 4:20 to go in the half. And the point after coming up. It's 30-14 at the moment. Petrovsky's in to kick the point after. Matt Knowles a holder. There's a spot to kick. And that one is good. So it's a 31-14 with 4:20 to go here in the half. Bremerton on top. We'll be back with the kickoff next on MasonWebTV.com.
Thank you for checking out MasonWebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily.
And we're back. Bremerton Knights taking advantage yet again of a short field. And they punch another one in. 31 for them, 14 for North Mason. Petrowski will tee it up at the 40-yard line for a kick back to the Bulldogs. C.J. Allen and Tommy Rennie back there. Rennie standing on the near side. About the 11. Allen's about the 11 right in the middle of the field. Petrowski will tee it up just outside the hash mark on the near side. .420 to go in the half. 31 for Bremerton, 14 for North Mason. There's the run up and the kick. That one is a high end-over-ender that Rennie will take at the 17, get up to the 30. Trying to cut it outside. Gets up the near sideline to the 40. Spinning at the 50. Diving across the 50. And that might get the Bulldogs started. A nice return by Tommy Rennie. And the Bulldogs will start on the Bremerton side of the field for once. 1st and 10. From the 48-yard line. Nope, they're going to say he stopped on the North Mason side of the 50 at the 47-yard line. So 1st and 10 there. Still one of the best starting position for the Bulldogs tonight. Levi Rowland looks things over, has a receiver on each side. Tommy Rennie will go out and sit in the slot on the far side. Back to pass goes Rowland, and he'll pull it down, and he throws, throwing it to the far side. I think he just threw that away, and now we have a flag on the play, and a late flag as well. Not sure what this call is going to be about. Intentional grounding. Just think somebody blew a route there, and he threw it beyond the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the call is. There's 2 flags on the play. And the refereeing crew is discussing it. 4:07 to go here in the half. 31-14, Bremerton on top. North Mason has the ball, but the penalties, 2 possible penalties assessed on North Mason here. We'll straighten it out here shortly. Let's see what the guy in the white hat has to say. Illegal man downfield and intentional grounding, both against North Mason. I don't know about those calls. Maybe the illegal man downfield, but the intentional grounding, I don't think so. So it'll bring up second down, I'm sure, and 20. If I do my math right. Let's see what the referee says the Knights want to do. Illegal man downfield is going to be refused. The intentional grounding is going to be assessed. And actually it's going to be a...
Legal participation was declined, but the grounding was accepted, which is also a loss of down.
And a loss of down, so it's second down, and they're going to march it back. I don't understand. It must be a spot foul. So second down and 15. Actually, looks like 17 to me from the 40. 4:07 to go here in the half. Levi Rowland goes under center. Brody Stromberg, the only guy behind him. Back he goes to pass. Throws over the middle. Rennie with a catch, and he avoided the collision, and he's going to score again. Nope, he's going to be pulled down from behind. Nice pursuit from, who was that? Who caught him from behind? 31, I think it was Anthony Santos with the caught Rennie inside the 10-yard line, and Rennie's slow getting up. As he's on his knees down there. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. I'm hoping he just got the wind knocked out of him. Big play for the Bulldogs. Trainers are out there. Tommy Rennie's up off his feet. I think he probably just got the wind knocked out of him. We have, let's see here, a 175-pound man fall on you when you're running full out from behind. You can get the wind knocked out of you as well. It's first and goal for the Bulldogs. Inside the 10. We're going to call it the near the 9-yard line for North Mason. Rowland will go under center again. Stromberg with single setback. Knights show blitz. Rowland avoids a tackle, trying to get it around the outside on the option of the keeper. Lost yards on that one. Bring up second and goal. Yeah, it looks like we had the 11, maybe the 12. They're going to spot at the 12. Clock continues to run with the 3:20 to go here in the half. Bulldogs break the huddle. C.J. Allen goes to the far side. Dunham to the near side. Rowland will settle under center. Back to pass he goes. Looks to the left. Throws to the left. It's complete, but sliding out of bounds. I believe that was Aaron North. Just didn't have enough field to get his feet set and go upfield. And no gain on the play there. This brings up third and goal from the 12. The clock has stopped just under 3 minutes to go in the half. Bulldogs would love to get a score here before the end of the half. Dunham to the near side. Treewell on the far side. Flag on the play. Rowland goes to the fade route to Tommy Marsh. Is incomplete, but we have a flag on the play. And I believe it was right when this ball was snapped. So there's 2 things that could possibly happen here. Offsides. Let's see what happens here. False start, and you got to stop the play, guys. This refereeing crew is not getting points with me tonight. If there's a false start, you stop the play. So we're going to go march it back 5 yards and make it the third and goal from the 17-yard line against.
Penalties declined by
Oh, they're going to decline it now. So it's going to be fourth and a goal from the 12-yard line. I thought you couldn't decline a false start penalty. So it's fourth and goal from the 12-yard line. Bulldogs break the huddle. C.J. Allen off to the numbers on the far side. Dunham to the near side, and we have a timeout by whom? North Mason's going to talk things over, so we'll step aside for a quick second, and we'll be back after this brief message on MasonWebTV.com.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
So 4th and goal from the 12-yard line for North Mason. 2:53 to go here in the half. Bulldogs trying to get an extra score here. Actually going to kick a field goal. Aaron North is on to kick a 29-yard field goal. There's a spot. There's the kick. It's up. Is it good? Let's wait for it. Yes, it is. Aaron North hits a 29-yard field goal, and the Bulldogs add 3 more to their total. It is now 31-17 with a 2:53 to go here in the half. We'll step aside. We'll be back with the kickoff next on MasonWebTV.com.
Hey business owners, it's not too late to get your business featured on MasonWebTV.com. You can advertise in a webcast, just on the website, or both. If you choose a webcast, it's $30 per game, and that gets you 3 30-second commercials. If you're looking for a more consistent way to advertise, then a banner ad on MasonWebTV.com is just what you need. For $75 a month, you will get a static place on the front page and a rotating banner on every other page. We also have special deals. If you want both, contact MasonWebTV.com for details.
So the Bulldogs add 3 more to their total, and it's 31-17. Bremerton on top, and North Mason's going to kick it back to the Knights. As Grievo will tee it up at the 40. And the Knights are going to send back Cardwell. He'll stand about his 20-yard line. And we're waiting for the run-up on the kick. There's the run-up, there's the kick. And going for the far sidelines, taking it to the 30. 35, center of the court is Shadle. Shadle to the 50 now, powering his way to near the 40-yard line. Wow. He's got some speed, folks. C.J. Allen was the guy who tackled Shadle. But again, the Knights are starting on the North Mason side of the 50. And they will start at the Bulldog 43-yard line. 2:46 to go in the half. 31 for Bremerton, 17 for North Mason. Knights have the ball. Michael Lawrence in the shotgun. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 to the far side. Man in motion. Back to pass goes Lawrence. Looks over the middle. They're going for the long ball again. He's got Null there. Can't hang on. Incomplete. It's 2:40 to go here in the half now. So it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 42. Oh, we have a penalty on the, is that right? We have the penalty on the Bulldogs, or on the Knights actually. The Bulldogs get a break here as well. I don't know if you don't decline this penalty and take the incompletion. 2:40 to go here in the half. That's exactly what the Bulldogs are going to do. Illegal man downfield on Bremerton. They're going to refuse the penalty and take a 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here come the Knights out of their huddle. 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. Lawrence will send 2 receivers to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side. Man in motion. Hand off to Shadle. Shadle has a lot of room on that outside. He's going to go up the sidelines, slip a tackle, and lose the ball. And the Bulldogs say they have it. No, the Knights say they have it. Let's see what happens. Shadle lost the ball again. And the Knights keep possession all the way up to the 21-yard line. 1st and 10 for Bremerton. 2:23 to go here in the half. 31 for Bremerton, 17 for North Mason. The Knights knocking on the door again. Lawrence brings him out. Shadle's behind him to the left. One quick little out to Shadle. Shadle on the run to the 20. Stutter steps cutting back inside the 15-yard line before he's pulled down. It looks like it might be Brody Stromberg on the, no, it's C.J. Allen on the tackle. That brings up 2nd down and short. For Bremerton, ball spotted at the 13-yard line. 2nd and 2. Minute 45 to go in the half. Lawrence in that shotgun again. 2 receivers on each side. Man in motion. Lawrence will just tuck it down and pull it in and scramble into the end zone for a touchdown.
Michael Lawrence on the keeper for a Bremerton touchdown.
So 1:25 to go in the half. Bremerton gets back on the board. So it's 37-17. 20-point lead right at this point. Knights are going to kick the point after. Petrowski has been pretty good tonight. Only missed 1 point after. Decent kicking in. You know, you kind of put aside the kicker and all of these in football, but, you know, they're very important. We're talking about field position and, of course, point afters and field goals. And there's the kick up. Is that good? Yes, it is. So make it 38-17. Bremerton on top. And we'll step aside. We'll be right back here at MasonWebTV.com.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
That's low.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
Waiting for the kickoff. Bremerton Knights leading 38-17 with 1:25 to go here in the half. Petrowski will tee it up at the 40-yard line. C.J. Allen and Tommy Rini back about the 12-yard line. Petrowski's been consistently kicking it towards Tommy Rini on the near side. And here's a run up and the kick. That one is a squibbler that C.J. Allen will take at the 18. Get up to the 30. Get to the outside, 40, 45, 50. There he goes again. C.J. Allen gonna score up the sidelines. Touchdown. This is, what was it? That was an 83-yard TD run by C.J. Allen.
83-yard touchdown.
2 kickoff returns for a touchdown for C.J. Allen tonight. 86 and 83. And that makes it 38-23 with 1:13 to go in the half. We do have a score update from Yelm. Shelton, I think it was 18-7. Shelton on top of Yelm at half. Bulldogs are going to go for 2 here. Rolling under center. And he'll keep it, trying to get around the edge. No, he spins out of that one. Going to cut that, lots the ball, and it slides out of bounds. So no good on the 2-point conversion, so the score stays at 38-23 here with 1:13 to go here in the half. Bremerton on top, and the kickoff coming up here shortly on MasonWebTV.com.
Seconds count. In just 30 seconds, a small fire inside your home can double in size, or an oxygen-starving seizure can kill 1 million brain cells. Seconds count. So when you call 911, take a deep breath and answer every question, starting with the very first one.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
911 needs your exact location. 911 needs to know where to go.
Waiting for the kickoff. It's 38-23. 1:13 to go here in the half. Bulldogs are out there to kick it back to the Knights. Grewell will tee it up at the 40 for North Mason. Yeah, the halftime score in Yelm, Shelton 18, Yelm 7. We'll be hearing from Shelton coach Matt Hinkle at halftime. Talk about this game tonight. Talked to him last night about his opponent, but right here, the Bulldogs trying to cut into his lead. Grewell tees it up, goes for the onside kick. It takes a bounce, and picked up by one of the up men at the 45, and returned to the 50, maybe the 49 in North Mason. Bremerton will start right there with 1:10 to go in the half. The wind's starting to kick up a little bit, blowing some moisture into my face. So the Knights take the ball at the 49-yard line of North Mason. And they lead by 15 points, 38-23. Lawrence in that shotgun. Shadle to his left, a step behind him. Two receivers to the far side, two receivers to the near side. Hand off to Shadle, trying to get around the outside. He does on this near side. Powering his way, pulling bodies forward to the first down marker and a little bit beyond. Inside the 38-yard line, maybe to 37. 1st and 10 for Bremerton. Call it the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Bremerton in the hurry up. It's the 1 minute and counting as they wind the clock. Lawrence. And what do we have here? A timeout by Bremerton. We'll take a quick step aside. We'll be back with the last 51 seconds of this half. 38 for Bremerton, 23 for North Mason on MasonWebTV.com.
Packers,
Vikings, Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Sign up at liveunited.org.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts. Stop the wrecks. Visit us at stoptextstoprex.org.
And we're back ready to go here after the timeout to Bremerton. 1st and 10 from the North Mason 43-yard line. Lawrence handed off to Shadle, trying to go to the left. He'll get backwards, and he's pulled back and stopped for a big loss there. They're going to give him forward progress up to the 45, maybe, depending on what guy in the white hat says it's a 45. The guys in the black hat says it's a 47. So it brings up 2nd down. Another timeout called with 42 seconds to go. Actually, they're going to say the 45. Timeout called by Bremerton with 42 seconds to go here in the half. We'll step aside. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it.
Saving energy saves you money.
The Knights come out of their huddle pretty quickly. Hash mark far side, 45-yard line, second down, and it looks like 18 yards to go, 42 seconds to go in the half. Bremerton leads 38-23. Lawrence goes in the shotgun. Man in motion. Back to pass he goes. Deep drop. Going to go for the long ball. Over the middle. Connected. And in for the touchdown is number 2, Trevor Nelson. This is, third touchdown tonight?
53-yard touchdown.
45-yard touchdown pass. And Bremerton is just racking up the scores here. And there's 34 seconds to go here in the half. It's 44-23 right now. Petrosky can add one more. Waiting for the snap. There it is. There's a spot. That one's blocked. Came up short. And so we have 34 seconds to go in the half. 44 for Bremerton. 23 for North Mason here at MasonWebTV.com.
Attention singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@MasonWebTV.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't you? That's music@MasonWebTV.com.
44-23, Bremerton on top. The Knights are going to kick it off back to the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have stayed in this game with C.J. Allen, a couple of touchdown runs off of kickoffs for 80-plus yards both times. And that's how the Bulldogs have been able to stay in this ball game. 34 seconds to go in the half. The Knights are going to try something different now. They're going to tee it up on the far hash mark. And they're going to probably go for an onside kick here, the way it's set up. And it is another squibbler that Rennie will pick up on the bounce at 25. He gets to 30, 35, 40, trying to get to the outside, trying to stay in the inbound slides, slips it down, and that's where the Bulldogs will take over. But there's a penalty on the play, a flag on the play, and it goes against the North Mason. That flag was thrown back at the 32-yard line. And a block in the back against North Mason. Now marching backwards 10 yards from the spot of the infraction. Should put the ball at the 22-yard line. First and 10 for North Mason at their own 22. 27 seconds to go here in the half.
First and 10 from the 22 for the Bulldogs.
Now let's see what the Bulldogs will dial up here for the last 27 seconds. They do get the ball to start the third quarter. Roland goes under center. There's a man behind him. That's Stromberg. Receiver on each side. Back to pass goes Roland. He's going to be chased. Stops, slips, and he's sacked. And that is a loss of, looks like 6 yards. It'll be second down coming. And I think the Bulldogs are just contented to let the half run out here with 5 seconds to go. 3, 2. And that is a half. And we head to the locker room with Bremerton leading 44-23. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with Shelton coach Matt Hinkle next here on MasonWebTV.com.
Brittany Catherine Crabb would like to go to homecoming with her. And if it helps on your decision, he says he loves you.
call it a sports complex building that was attached to the softball field. Bowling ball, what we got here is...
You can sign that or not. Doesn't make any difference. That's what I think of it. Steve Bloomfield.
You solemnly swear?
Solemnly swear.
We are therefore unwilling to comply with the board's October 31st, 2011 request to submit 8.5% budget cuts.
The reality is, when I took office 12 years ago almost, I took an oath of office to uphold the laws of the state of Washington and the United States.
It's our belief when the heat on the porch got significant enough, it just broke that glass, blew the door out. And when the glass broke out, it essentially sucked the fire into the house.
Rebound pulled down by Paget for Shelton. He'll get it to Fisher. 20 seconds to go. And Fisher lost it. Sandquist comes up with a miss. The layup. The rebound is tapped up to the top of the key, and Bielik get a three-pointer!
Two receivers on the near side. In the shotgun goes Green. Comes the blitz. Green will just pull it down and run with it straight up the middle. Get out to the outside. He's going to go again all the way for the score. One guy to beat. Can Deercott get him in the goal line? Not quite. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Pitch on the way to Brown. There's a swing and a drive deep to center field. It's going. It's gone. It's a home run. It's a grand slam home run for Marissa Brown and the Bulldogs.
The 2011 Grand Marshal of the 4th Festival Parade, John Tarrant, the Mayor of Shelton.
To those who have and will continue to serve and protect us, especially to those here present, a profound thank you.
And welcome to our halftime report here on MasonWebTV.com. I'm Diedrich Allen. My guest and on the phone is Shelton football coach Matt Hinkle. His High Climbers knocked off the Wilson Rams last week. Game with Wilson was kind of the game of two halves. Is that the way you kind of see it?
Well, I think we certainly played better the second half. There was good things that went on in the first half, but we did a lot of stupid stuff, too, as far as procedural penalties that we hopefully reduced a little bit in the second half. But, the third quarter in particular, the kids really played well.
So can you kind of highlight some of the things that you – well, I guess maybe before we get into that, did you say anything to your team at halftime that might have corrected everything from the first half?
Well, it wasn't schemes and plays and things like that, but it was just a matter of not doing the dumb things that kind of hamstrung us in the first half. You know, the procedural penalties and just playing out of sorts a little bit. And we didn't rant and rave at halftime, and there wasn't any particular gems that we dropped at halftime. But it was just a matter of getting the kids refocused. And to their credit, they responded real well, obviously.
Now, in the third quarter, you said that was really the changing of momentum there. How did that happen?
Well, it's kind of funny because it didn't happen right off the bat. If you recall, we had the ball first and we didn't do much with it, and Wilson got it back and put it on the ground, and we were able to recover it, and that kind of opened up the doors for some things that we were able to accomplish. And it was a big part. It was the kids playing better and focus on what needed to be done.
Now, your backfield, Ralph Kinney and Deshaun Bell, they're starting to find those holes a little bit better?
Well, they found them all year. Ralph has had big-time games, all 3 games. He's had a lot of yards rushing. And the pleasing thing, and lost behind the scenes a little bit, is Deshaun. He's a real solid back, both blocking as well as running, and I think he can catch the ball well. So it was nice to get to see him get the yardage that he was able to, and you could throw Thomas Gettle in there as well. He had a carry for a large game, so we kind of got a three-headed machine, I'm hoping. And having said that, the kids must be doing something up front in order to create the holes, and our line has been doing a good job to this point.
I want you to talk more about your offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
How long have they been playing together as a unit?
Well, we've obviously the last few years taken our lumps, but fortunately, there's 3 of these kids that have been starting since they were, about 5 years old. It seems like they've been starters for a long time up front, and Jake Lindley's been a starter for 3 years, and David Ajamu and Ben Anderson's been a long-time starter, and Caleb Wright's a big kid. He's about 300 pounds, and he moves real well, and he's been a long-time starter. And all of them started last year. It was a bunch that was relatively young, but they got a lot of experience, and they also prepared themselves in the weight room. So they're kind of reaping the rewards. The offensive line is kind of the behind the scenes predictor of the production the backs have been able to display.
Now that you've got your first Narrows League win under your belt, you look ahead to Yelm and you hit the road for that. What do you expect out of the Tornadoes?
Well, I think it's going to be a stiff test. They're undefeated as well, and they kind of flopped with us as far as that 4A position in the Narrows League. We were right there over the 3A bubble the last 4 years. I think we were 3 or 4 kids over the 3A cutoff. Not that means all that much, but it does mean something as far as I see the big difference between 3A and 4A, Diedrich, is 4A teams across the board have solid kids up front. I think 3A is pretty comparable as far as speed and athleticism, but when you get to the 4A level, you really can't hide kids up front defensively or offensively, whereas in the 3A level, I think perhaps that happens a little bit more. That's where I see the shallowness. But we switched places. They're up 4A now, and we're at the 3A level, and what they've been able to do this year is reflects what we've been able to. I mean, it's a reflection of what we've been able to do. They put up a lot of points. They do it differently than we do, but they've been successful, and it's a credit to the staff over there and the kids working hard.
Do you see? You're saying that you see similarities between what Shelton and between the two teams?
Mm-hmm. Probably the biggest one is just the offensive productivity. The last couple of games they've been able to put up, their offense has scored 50 points or 40 plus points in both the games, and put up a lot of yardage, predominantly running, and that's similar to what we've done, with Ralphie and Deshaun and Thomas in the backfield. We run the ball a lot, and you see a lot of teams these days employing the spread offense where they like to throw it a lot, and so it goes against and that's kind of a trickle down from college. High schools reflect a lot of times what colleges do, and a lot of colleges are just throwing it a ton, and we haven't done that.
So defensively, are you just going to stay with your same old game plan?
I'm sorry, defensively? Defensively,
yes.
It's what they use is what's called a single wing, and it was used probably in vogue probably up to about 30. I mean, it's historically what's kind of spawned a lot of the running offenses. You hear of a wing T and double wing and such that they kind of grew out of the single wing, and that's what Yelm runs. And it's the first time I've seen it in 28 years of coaching that somebody uses it as their base offense. You see it at the pro level now. Miami made it famous a couple of years ago, and Tim Tebow in New York, they're flirting with it a little bit, not as a base offense, but it's something that they want to use because it gives a lot of people an opportunity to have their hands on the ball, and misdirection is huge in it because there's 4 immediate threats to being ball carriers in it.
Okay, but from your standpoint, you're going to stay with your game plan?
Well, I think one of the dumbest things we could do is change what we're doing. I think it's an offense. They load up inside. They bring a lot of guys. They don't have wide receivers basically. I mean, they do every once in a while, but it's an offense that they have 7 guys in center and 6 offensive linemen, which is problematic in the sense that it creates another gap to have to worry about. But the base package we will retain. We bring another guy into the mix as far as bringing a free safety up and using him in run support. But our base package will remain the same. It's just the same thing we use week in and week out with little tweaks depending on what the offense dictates.
Okay, Coach, last question. always is about injuries. Everybody still healthy?
Yeah, health-wise is good, and that's credit to the kids' preparation in off-season. And I think also, as importantly, their grades are good. You know, I mean, the last few years we've kind of been nipped with both of them, and this year I think the success has kind of begotten to alleviate some of the problems. So health is good and grades are good, so we just want to keep it rolling.
That's Shelton coach Matt Hinkle. His High Climbers 3-0 coming into tonight's play. They're being entertained by the Yelm Tornadoes in Yelm tonight. We'll get a score update coming up here on MasonWebTV.com. Hi folks, I'm Dietrich Allen with MasonWebTV.com. Hope you're enjoying this webcast along with all the other information you can find on MasonWebTV.com. Would you like your school or team covered by our cameras? Do you have an event that you think warrants live video coverage? Would you like to help support our efforts or just be a part of a webcast? Send me an email, Dietrich@MasonWebTV.com, and I'll see what I can do. Business owners, sponsorship packages are available. Get in on the ground floor of video news and sports webcasting with MasonWebTV.com.
Seconds count. In just 30 seconds, a small fire inside your home can double in size, or an oxygen-starving seizure can kill 1,000,000 brain cells. Seconds count. So when you call 911, take a deep breath and answer every question, starting with the very first one.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
911 needs your exact location. 911 needs to know where to go.
Thank you for checking out MasonWebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily. Thank you for checking out Mason.
7,000 students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. Keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
And we're back. Bremerton Knights are out on the field. 44-23 is our score, with the Knights on top. I'm getting very frustrated with some of the fans around here. And Bremerton's on top 44-23 over North Mason. Just a couple minutes remaining in halftime. We have another score update on the Shelton at Yelm game. The High Climbers lead 24-7 in the third quarter there. So we'll keep an eye on that as the evening progresses. Tomorrow, if you're interested in some 8-man football, Mary M. Knight is hosting Lake Quinault, 1 o'clock in Matlock. If you are at all interested. And I got things falling all over the place, and sometimes I wonder why I do this. Anyways, we're a couple of minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Bremerton on top of by 21 points, 44-23 is the score. Knights are out there. We're doing their warm-ups. We're still waiting for the Bulldogs to come out of the locker room. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the third quarter shortly here on MasonWebTV.com.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Hey business owners, it's not too late to get your business featured on MasonWebTV.com. You can advertise in a webcast, just on the website, or both. If you choose a webcast, it's $30 per game, and that gets you free 30-second commercials. If you're looking for a more consistent way to advertise, then a banner ad on MasonWebTV.com is just what you need. For $75 a month, you will get a static place on the front page and a rotating banner on every other page. We also have special deals. If you want both, contact MasonWebTV.com for details.
And the Bulldogs finally come out of the locker room to our nice little hand from the crowd. We're a couple of minutes away from the start of the third quarter. 44-23 is our halftime score. Bremerton on top. And we will be back here shortly with the kickoff for the third quarter. North Mason will get the ball coming out to start the third quarter. A couple of highlights to pass along to you here. Tommy Marsh had a 67-yard TD run for North Mason to start the scoring here. Then there was a safety. Bremerton got a safety. Then it was Bremerton and another safety, a touchdown by Andrew Shadle. And another safety, 36-yard pass from Michael Lawrence to Trevor Nelson. North Mason responded on the ensuing kickoff. C.J. Allen went 86 yards for the TD. Bremerton then responded with a 1-yard TD run by Michael Lawrence. That made it 24-14. Bremerton added another one. This time Lucas Anderson plunged in from a yard out, making it 31-14. North Mason. Aaron North hit a 29-yard field goal, making it 31-17. This is second quarter action. Bremerton responded, and Lawrence ran in from 12 yards out, making it 38-17. Then it was C.J. Allen, 83-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and that was 38-23. And then before the end of the half, Bremerton punches it in on a 45-yard TD pass from Michael Lawrence to, again, Trevor Nelson, making it 44-23, and that's where we stand right now. The Bulldogs are out there to receive the kickoff from the Knights, start the third quarter. C.J. Allen back on the near side, and it looks like, is that North out there? It's either DeAndre Dixon or Aaron North on the far side. Petrosky will tee it up on the 40, the far hash mark as well. About ready to get this third quarter underway here. The Bulldogs have a 21-point deficit to make up, and actually they've changed it up a little bit more. And Josh Becker is back there for the Bulldogs with C.J. Allen. So let's see what the Bulldogs can do to start this third quarter. A lot of scoring in the first half. See what the second half has for us. As Petrosky will tee it up at the 40. And here we go. Oh, he slipped, and the ball falls all the way up and falling. Oh my goodness! It was up on the. Tommy Marsh had a hand on it, lost a handle, and sliding it and recovering the fumble was a Bremerton player. And that's where the Knights will start out again on the Bulldog side of the 50. Not a good start for the Bulldogs here. First and 10 for Bremerton on the North Mason 36-yard line. Knights are in a comfortable position right now. They've been starting mostly on that side of the 50. The Bulldog side of the 50, I should say. Lawrence still in there at quarterback. He'll hand it off to Shadle. Shadle stopped in the backfield. And Brody Stromberg will haul him down there for no gain there. So second and 10 coming for Bremerton. Clock is running with 11:35 to go in the ball game. 44-23 is the score. Bremerton just underway here in the third quarter. Bremerton with the lead and the ball. Lawrence directing traffic as receivers. That's a shotgun formation with max protection there. Receiver backs on both his sides. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Shadle, trying to get on the sweep. Penetration and pulling him down from behind for the Bulldogs. Andy Rennie catching Shadle in the backfield. Makes up third down and long for North Mason. 42-yard line is where they'll spot the ball. Bremerton has a third and looks like 17 to me.
3rd and 16 for the Knights.
Two receivers on both sides. Lawrence goes in the shotgun. Shadle to his left. Back to pass he goes. Deep drop. Has some pressure. A little bit of a screen setup. It was tipped, and Shadle has it. He's on the run on the far sidelines. He's cutting it back up the middle. Still on his feet inside the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Screen worked well. It's the first screen we've seen tonight. It's 1st and 10 from the North Mason 15-yard line. Here's Bremerton knocking on the door again. Try a mistake by the Bulldogs
If you have ticket number
to start the
027354, I have
half.
027354.
So Lawrence will bring him out with the shotgun. And he'll keep it, pull it down and keep it going to the right. North with the tackle, spinning him too near the 5-yard line. Pretty close to the first down marker. See where they spot it. Looks like it is 2nd and 1 for Bremerton on the North Mason 6-yard line. Hash mark far side. And off to Shadle. Shadle at the middle, cut from behind at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it was Justin Hill on the tackle for the Bulldogs, but a first down run for Shadle. Be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Bremerton. They lead 44-23, 9:24 and counting on the third quarter clock. Shadle brings him out, goes in the shotgun. Two receivers on each side, and we have a whistle. They're going to change the down marker, I believe. It's 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Bremerton. Now they'll wind the clock with 9:09 to go here in the third. Low snap. Lawrence will pull it in, and he's cut from behind, and a nice penetration and a stop by Franz Schoenberg. And brings 2nd and goal, and they're going to no gain on that one. Still the 3-yard line of North Mason. 8:40 and counting in the third quarter. 2nd and goal from the 3. Lawrence has him in the shotgun. Same formation, man in the motion. Lawrence slipped, breaks a tackle, and spins, but he comes up short of the goal line. Got a couple yards. 3rd down coming, 3rd and goal.
Lawrence with the short game brings up 3rd and goal.
Give him 1 on that, put it at the 2-yard line. Big stop here for the Bulldogs. That would be well needed. Lawrence will bring him out. Guy wide to the near side, wide to the far side. Hand off to Shadle. He'll try to dive in from the 1. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Andrew Shadle makes it, puts it in again for Bremerton. And the Knights are rolling. And it looks like the Knights are going to go. Oh, they got Petrosky out there to kick the point after. And it's 7:59 to go in the third quarter. There's the, waiting for the snap. There's the snap. High snap, put down nicely. Ball's up. It looks good. And it is. So I'll make it to 51-20 23 with just under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bremerton on top. We'll be back with more on MasonWebTV.com.
Hi folks, I'm Dietrich Allen with MasonWebTV.com. Hope you're enjoying this webcast along with all the other information you can find on MasonWebTV.com. Would you like your school or team covered by our cameras? Do you have an event that you think warrants live video coverage? Would you like to help support our efforts or just be a part of a webcast? Send me an email, Dietrich@MasonWebTV.com, and I'll see what I can do. Business owners, sponsorship packages are available. Get in on the ground floor of video news and sports webcasting with MasonWebTV.com.
So the Knights are going to kick it off again. They lead 51-23 with just under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Becker and Allen are waiting at about the 15-yard line. Morgan Gruel is one of the up guys, along with Brody Stromberg. Ball fell off the tee there for Petrosky. He's trying to tee it up there at the 40-yard line for the Knights. Here's a run up and the kick. It's an end over end kick that's going to go out of bounds at the 35.
Petrosky's kick goes out of bounds at 23-yard line.
So the Bulldogs will take over on the 35. First and 10 for North Mason. Trying to get something going here. They'll spot the ball right at the middle of the field at the 35-yard line. Let's see what the Bulldogs are going to drop. Trying to cut down on the mistakes. Maybe they can get some positive yards here and get some back on the board here. Their trail 51-23. We're in the third quarter. C.J. Allen's the receiver on the near side. Dunham on the far side. Rowland sends Rennie in motion. Back to pass goes Rowland. Throws over the middle. North, did he pull it in? Yes, he did, right at the 50-yard line. That was a nice catch. North had to reach around the defender and pull it in. That's first and 10 from the Bremerton 49 now.
Bulldog first down.
Nice catch, Aaron North. Bulldogs trying to stay in this ball game with going to the air. Something a little bit different than we've seen all night. Rolling back under center. One receiver to the far side, one on the near side. Back to pass, he goes again. He's going to pressure, he's going to throw. Complete to Allen. Nope, it's just short of Allen. He can't pull it in. It's incomplete. It's second down and 10 from the 49 of Bremerton. Even if Allen had that, I think he slipped out of bounds before he could get the pass to him. His feet kind of got underneath him. There's a little bit of rain falling out of the sky. It's just a light little drizzle, if you'd say anything like that. A drop or two here and there, but I imagine it's a little bit wetter out there on the field. Bill Pugh Stadium, nice facility, named after former coach. Rowland goes under center. Stromberg is right behind him. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Tommy Marsh. He is met in the backfield by number 41 for Bremerton, Lucas Anderson. Loss on the play, brings up third down, and it looks like it's going to be 15. Clock is running with 7:20 to go here in the third quarter. 51-23. Bremerton on top. North Mason has the ball. Third and long for the Bulldogs.
Third and 14 for the Bulldogs.
North Mason's in the blue. C.J. Allen comes to the near side. Brandon Dunham to the far side. Rolling under center. Blitz coming. Picked up well. Back to pass goes Rowland. Looks over the middle. Got lots of time. Then it collapses. He's on the run now. Scrambling to the far side, and he's pulled down for another loss. That has to be secondary coverage and good protection for Levi Rowland, and he's got a player down. Somebody's slow to get up, and that's a Bremerton player. That brings up fourth and a long. Looks like it's going to be 25, 26 yards. Ball all the way back at the 39-yard line. Tommy Marsh is in there to punt it away. And standing back about his 35. I think that's Noel. Late addition for the Bulldogs, running onto the field. DeAndre Dixon snaps on target. Marsh, nice punt. Goes out of bounds near the 35-yard line. Actually, still in the field of play, but it did roll out of bounds. Where did it roll out of bounds? They got spotted at the 39-yard line. Looks like on the far side. It went out of bounds before it rolled back in. Tommy March had a good punt, even though he was a little bit rushed. So the Knights take over with a 51-23 lead and 5:55 to go here in the third quarter. Clock is stopped for the moment as the Knights do their huddle. And taking possession of the ball on their own 39-yard line. Similar formation for Lawrence. He'll hand it off to Shadle. Shadle trying to go up the middle, breaking tackles, manages to turn a definite loss into a somewhat of a gain of 2 yards. He was caught in the backfield from about 2 yards deep. Manages to just hop his way past defenders and ends up with a short gain. Give him 2, and it's a 2nd and 8 from the 41. Clock is running with 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 51 for Bremerton, 23 for North Mason. Bremerton Knights have the ball. Lawrence hands it off to Shadle again, trying to go on the opposite side. Pulled down after maybe a gain of 1. Third down coming for the Knights. Approaching 5 minutes to go here in the game. On third, and it looks like 8.5.
Josh Kearney in the game for the Bullets.
Lawrence brings him out. Just got 2 receivers on the far side and 1 on the near side. Handoff goes to Shadle, straight up the middle. Still fighting his way, gets a couple of yards. That'll bring him 4th down. At their own 43-yard line. Clock continues to run with 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. Tommy Arini and Brandon Dunham look like they're back deep to receive the punt from Bremerton. Four minutes to go here in the quarter. There's the snap on target. High kick that pretty much goes straight up in the air. It's going to come down at the 50, bounce it forward, and is down at the 43-yard line. It's in Bremerton territory, giving the Bulldogs good field position, probably their best field position of the night. And they're actually going to spot the ball on the 42-yard line. That's where North Mason will take over. After the punt that went high, almost straight up in the air, came down and hit and did a nice bounce for the Bulldogs. So Levi Rowland will bring him out. Send Dunham to the far side. Allen to the near side in the slots. Rowland under center. Man in motion is Rennie. Gets the pitch, trying to go on the toss sweep to the right side. Nothing doing there. Darius Taylor-Jones was right there. Loss of 3 on the play back at the 45. It's 2nd down and 13. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Score, Bremerton 51, North Mason 23. The Bulldogs in the blue have the ball. Roland comes out of the sidelines with the play. C.J. Allen to the near side. Brandon Dunham to the far side. Man in motion is faked pitch. And going long is Roland. Roland to Allen, and he's intercepted. On the return is Noel. Noel to the 40, 45, 50. He's up the far sidelines. Is he going to get out of there? He's got a couple guys are beaten. He's shoved out of bounds. Matt Knoll with a big return there, ending any threat the Bulldogs could master, knocking him out of bounds. It looks like North Mason's Anthony Raymond knocked him out of bounds. So first and 10 on the other end of the field for Bremerton. Starting again in Bulldog territory. This time deep in Bulldog territory. Where they're going to spot the ball. Looks like the 20, maybe the 19-yard line. Looks like the 19-yard line.
Interception return for no.
So it's first and 10 for Bremerton on the North Mason 19. Here's Lawrence. He'll just hand it off. Now he'll keep it this time on the option. Slips in the backfield before he's pulled down. I think it's Brody Stromberg of the tackle.
Brody Stromberg.
No gain, maybe a loss on the play of a yard. So it's the 2nd and 11. Ball at the 20-yard line of North Mason. 2.5 minutes and counting in the third quarter. 51-23. Bremerton leads. The Knights have the ball. Two receivers come to the near side. To the far side. Shotgun for Lawrence. Shadle's beside him. Back to pass he goes. Looks over the middle. Throws it out in the flat over through his receiver. But we have a flag on the play, and it looks like it'll be a false start.
A reminder, we need you to go pick up your Sam Oxen baskets and pay for your baskets.
Wait for the call from the guy in the white hat. Oh, an illegal man downfield for Bremerton. They'll march back 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 16 if they accept the penalty, or 3rd down and 11. Looks like they're going to refuse the penalty, and it's going to be 3rd down and 11. So it's 3rd down and 11 from the 20-yard line. There's no penalty here, guys. They were spotting the ball to 25. This refereeing crew is a little not done the greatest job tonight, in my opinion. So it's 3rd down and 11 from the 20-yard line for Bremerton. 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Lawrence and Shadle. Lawrence the quarterback. Shadle the running back. Shadle is to his right. Lawrence is right, I should say. Two receivers on each side. Taking their time are the Knights. 2:08. Michael Lawrence is the referee. And now we're going to set the play. Man in motion from the far side. Hand off to Shadle. Shadle trying to go right. Nice pursuit by the Bulldogs. A little bit of a gain there. Maybe a yard or two. Brings up 4th and 9 from the 19. Actually, it's 4th and 10 from the 19. So the Knights are going to go for this, it looks like. This has been the Michael Lawrence, Andrew Shadle game. There's a Shadle, nope. It's a pass, play action to Shadle and a rollout, a little dump-off pass, incomplete. And into score, I believe, that was Caleb Petrowski. But we do have a flag on the play. And see what the call was. Let's see if this touchdown, it does have a conference on that far sidelines. A flag at the end of the play there in the end zone. Does the touchdown stand or not is what the question is. Let's find out from the referee here. Oh, it's a personal foul against North Mason, so the touchdown does stand.
Penalty was a personal foul against the Bulldogs. It's Bremerton touchdown.
So the score is now 57-23 with 1:20 to go in the third. Personal foul will be assessed on the kickoff. Oops. We have in frame, sorry. So Petrosky's going to be on the on to kick the point after. There's 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Still a lot of football to be played here. There's the spot in the kick. Hit the flagpole. Wow, very accurate kicker. So Petrosky extends the lead to Bremerton 58. North Mason 23. We'll take a time out. We'll be back in a short minute here on MasonWebTV.com.
WebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily.
And we're waiting for the kickoff. 58 to 23. Bremerton leads. 1:20 to go in the third quarter. We have a score update from Yelm. Shelton 31. Yelm 14 in the fourth quarter there. They're going to mark off the penalty. 15 yards. So the Knights are going to kick off from North Mason 45.
Due to the personal foul, Bremerton will be kicking off from the 45-yard line.
So Petrosky will tee it up on the 45. But this time on the North Mason side of the 45. Waiting for the kickoff here.
Allen and Becker deep for the Bulldogs.
And there's a run up and the kick. This one's on the ground and kicked out of bounds. So the net here is 10 yards. So actually this is better. Actually, even after the penalty to the Bulldogs, they get a better starting position. And they'll start out on their own 35. First and 10, a trail by 25 points. Come on, guys. They're not going to spot this ball in the right spot again. They're just it's the 35, guys. Are you kidding me? They're going to spot the ball at the 23-yard line. Somebody's got to complain here. This should be at the 35, period. I got to tell you, this is not the best refereeing crew I've ever seen in football. Brody Stromberg on the carry there. So the ball's going to be spotted at the 29-yard line. So second down, and it looks like 5 for North Mason. 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Pitch goes on the option to Marsh. Marsh getting around the outside there. Gets up to the 40-yard. Near the 40-yard line, outside the 40-yard line. First and 10.
12 on the play. That's a Bulldog first down.
Clock is stopped as they move the chains with 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs would like to end on a good, positive note here in this ball game. The clock continues to wind down. Roland goes under center. Man in motion, that's Zerini. Hand off to Stromberg up the middle. Gets to the outside near the mid-field mark before he's pulled down. Now brings up second down, and it looks like 3, just short of the 50. And that'll do it for the quarter. So we head to the final 12 minutes of this ball game with Bremerton leading at 58-23 here on MasonWebTV.com.
Our fourth quarter tonight will be sponsored by
Hey business owners, it's not too late to get your business featured on MasonWebTV.com. You can advertise in a webcast, just on the website, or both. If you choose a webcast, it's $30 per game, and that gets you free 30-second commercials. If you're looking for a more consistent way to advertise, then a banner ad on MasonWebTV.com is just what you need. For $75 a month, you will get a static place on the front page and a rotating banner on every other page. We also have special deals. If you want both, contact MasonWebTV.com for details.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So we're back for the final 12 minutes of this ball game. 58 for Bremerton, 23 for North Mason Bulldogs. And the Knights will just basically switch ends of the field as we're at midfield. Roland will keep it on the option. He's on the keeper trying to cut it back, and then he's stopped after a gain on a 2nd and 2. Might have got 1 out of that. No, I guess they get no gain on that, so it's 3rd down and 2. For North Mason. Levi Rowland still in there at quarterback. C.J. Allen back in there as well. Brendan Shearman on the near side, Allen on the far side. Rowland goes under center. Handed off Stromberg up the middle. Getting the first down a little bit more. Up near the 40-yard line.
That's another Bulldog first down.
It's going to spot it at the 42. 1st and 10 for North Mason with approaching 11 minutes to go in the game. They trail 58-23. Dunham back in there. He's on the near side. Roland pitches it after to North, almost as he's being tackled. North gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's a 2nd and 10. Clock continues to run with 10 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the game. Second and 10 coming for North Mason. Taking their time. Dunham again, man on the numbers on the near side. Back to pass, and actually a pitch again, and a fumble on the play, but bouncing a nice bounce back into the hands of Tommy Marsh. And he ends up losing about 4 yards on that, 3 or 4 yards on that. And we have a Bremerton player down.
Lucas Anderson on stop.
Brings up 3rd down, and looks like 13 to 45.
William Abad, the injured Knight on the foot.
So they'll spot the ball at the 45-yard line of Bremerton. And they'll wind that clock with a 3rd and 13 for North Mason. Roland goes under center. Back to pass he goes. Looks over the middle. Slips and throws. Got a guy there. It's C.J. Allen with a catch. And he's tackled immediately near the 10-yard line.
Levi rolling to C.J. Allen. On a hookup. That's a
First
Bulldog
and
first
10.
down.
Or is it first and goal? Looks like it's going to be first and goal from the 10-yard line. Bulldogs looking to score here late in the ball game, trailing 58-23. Rollins sends Dunham way to the outside of the near side. Back to pass he goes. He'll swing it out there and almost picked off, but deflected. Marcus Allen Gans nearly came up with that one for Bremerton. Brings up second and a goal from the 10 for North Mason. Clock stopped at 9:26 to go here in the ball game. And an update on the Shelton game, 38-14, all high climbers in Yelm. And we have a timeout by the official. And he's walking over to the other side there. Explain something to Coach Gillum, I believe. Now we'll get this thing underway, I think. No, referee's going to trot onto the near side and check with Coach Beavers, I believe. Again, not the best officiating crew here tonight. 9:01 to go in the ball game, 58-23, Bremerton on top. And, Bulldogs have the ball. Have the second and goal from their own, from the Bremerton 10-yard line. Now what are we doing, guys? And they're going to wind the clock here. I guess maybe they're checking about a running clock. I guess that's what they're checking on here. So Levi Rowland goes under center. It's got Dunham on the near side. And the receiver. Hand off up the middle. It was Brody Stromberg fighting his way inside the 5.
Brody Stromberg up in the gut.
It's a third down. And goal from, it looks like, the 3-yard line. And the Bulldogs punch it in here late.
Skylar Bowens and Rusty Hoffman on stop.
Running clock here late in the ball game. 58-23 is our score. Third and goal from the 2-yard line. Snap, handoff to Stromberg, fighting his way, but he comes up short. Might have got a yard out of that. Fourth down coming for North Mason. Takes the ball, no gain on that one for Stromberg. So it's 4th and goal from the 2. Ball goes under center. Man in motion, that's Marsh. He takes the pitch, and he'll swing it in and score. Tommy Marsh with a 2-yard run. And with 7:28 to go here in the ball game, the Bulldogs get back on the board. Bulldogs going to go for 2. Little misdirection, and Aaron North will find the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So that makes it 58-32. I'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the kickoff here at MasonWebTV.com.
Seconds count. In just 30 seconds, a small fire inside your home can double in size, or an oxygen-starving seizure can kill 1 million brain cells. Seconds count. So when you call 911, take a deep breath and answer every question, starting with the very first one.
911, what is the location of your emergency?
911 needs your exact location. 911 needs to know where to go.
And so we're back with 7:28 to go in the ball game, 58-32. Bulldogs just added a touchdown to their score to shorten the gap between the two teams. Actually, no, it's 31. Yeah, it's 31. To the math. So 58-31. Our score here in North Mason. Final from Yelm. Shelton knocks off Yelm 38-14. My Clammers 4-0 on the season. Quite impressive, considering what they've done the last couple of years. Here in Belfair, though, 31-58. It's 58-31, I should say. Bremerton on top. North Mason kicking it off. And there's a pooch kick that's taken at the 35 up to the 40 and pulling his way near the 45-yard line are the Knights. 7:22 to go here in the ball game. North Mason scored first, but it's been pretty much to Bremerton since then. North Mason made it interesting in the second quarter, made it close. But Bremerton just seemed to have the plays and eked away. So the Knights have the ball on their own 42-yard line. See who comes out of the off the sidelines for the Knights here. Can't see the number, but it's not Michael Lawrence. And the handoff goes to Calvin Cardwell. The quarterback is Connor Mahoney. So Cardwell on the carry got, it looks like 4 yards. The second down and 6. From the 46-yard line. Clock is running with 7 minutes counting. Mahoney in the shotgun. Cardwell's beside him. He'll get the handoff and take it around the edge on the outside, on that right side, or the left side, I should say. Get to midfield, or just short of midfield. 49 is where they're going to spot it. The third down. And looks like it's going to be 3. Third 3 for Bremerton. .6:20 and counting on the clock. Mahoney in the shotgun. Hands it off to Cardwell. Cardwell stood up right there at the 50-yard line. Who was that on that stand-up? Morgan Cruwell with the stop there. The 4th and 3 from midfield for Bremerton. .5:45 and counting on the clock in the game. 58 for Bremerton, 31 for North Mason. Again, if you missed it, Shelton 38, Yelm 14. There's the snap. Cardwell takes it. Sneaks out to the left side. He's up the sidelines. Driven out of bounds near the 35-yard line. That's enough for a first down. As at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for Bremerton. And they'll, clock is stopped at 5:21. Mahoney in the shotgun. Cardwell to his left. Cardwell will get to the handoff. There's a flag on the play, and Cardwell is stopped for a loss in the back field, and a late flag comes flying in. This, if the first flag was on a false start, should have stopped the play. Then we get a late hit, and a flag on that. I'm not sure what's going on the field. Let them play, guys. Let them play. It's a false start on Bremerton, which negates the play at all. And then we have a hit in the back here. And take the block in the back. Clock is stopped at 5:13 to go in the ball game. Now referee's talking it over with Tommy Rennie. And they're going to say they're going to refuse the false start and take the block in the back. It's a first down. And a ton. Actually, no, it'll be 1st and 20. For Bremerton, and he'll spot the ball back at the 47-yard line. For North Mason's 47 for Bremerton. Mahoney into the shotgun again. Cardwell is a step or two behind him to his left. 2 receivers on each side. Hand off, a little play action. Throw over the middle, off the hands. Oh, almost intercepted. Incomplete, though. Good try by both the Bremerton receiver and the North Mason defender. So it'll be 2nd and 20 from the 47. If you're looking for something to do tomorrow, head out to Matlock. As the Owls are hosting the Lake Quinault at 1 o'clock. Got great burgers out there, too. Orders to go. 3 receivers sent to the far side, 1 to the near side. Mahoney's in the shotgun. Back to pass he goes. Short drop, throws over the middle. Deflected off of the hands of the intended receiver, and that was Ty Haley. He couldn't haul it in. That brings up 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 20 from the 47. Five minutes on the clock in the game. 58 for Bremerton, 31 for North Mason. Same formation as the last time, 3 receivers to the far side. Back to pass goes Mahoney. Throwing long, and it's incomplete. Brings up 4th and 20 from the 47.
That's Tommy Rennie on the cover.
Only 5 seconds went off the clock. I thought we had a running clock here, guys. So the Knights will kick it away, and you've got Tommy Rennie and Brendan Dunham back there to receive the punt from Bremerton. Long count. There's a snap. High punt again. This one's going to drop about the... Rennie's going to pick it up at the 20. Spin to the 25. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 25-yard line with 4:45 to go in the ball game. So when you want one of those long sustained drives, just end on a positive note, punching it in. And let's see what the Bulldogs will dial up here. With 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Back to pass goes Rowland. He'll pull it down, try and escape as the pocket collapses and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got one.
Rowland running around for his life out there. Gaines will got 2. Calvin Cardwell, stop.
So second down and 9 from the 26-yard line for North Mason. Levi Rowland goes under center. Devontae Davenport gets the pitch off the motion, and he's slides his way up across the 30-yard line, or just short of the 30-yard line, it looks like. Brings up third down and 5.
James Sims on the stop for the Knights.
3:45 and counting on the game clock. Again, 58 for Bremerton, 31 for North Mason. North Mason has the ball. Rowland back to pass. Back pedals, throws to Devontae Davenport, and he escapes one tackle. Gets up just short of the first down marker, fighting his way for every yard. It'll bring up 4th and 1.
And more on the stop.
So 4th and 1 from the 34-yard line. So hang on, folks. So we're running 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. Bulldogs have a 4th and 1. There's the snap, handoff. Brody Stromberg powers his way across the 35 near the 38-yard line. It's a first down for North Mason. Clock is running, actually stopped at 2:35. And they will set the chains and start it up again. First and 10 from the 37-yard line for North Mason. Trying to get on a positive note here. Back to pass goes Levi Rowland, throws over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. And intercepted there by Bremerton, and there you go. Knights get the ball back.
Anderson with the interception.
The change of possession.